you guys see what I'm reading here? I want to make sure that my eyes aren't deceiving me. Look at that. Dodgeball is a tool of oppression used to dehumanize others, researchers argue. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, I don't know whether to sigh or laugh. This is getting absolutely pathetic. When did The Onion become mainstream media? Is this an Onion article disguised as the Washington Post? This is supposed to be one of the most respected news outlets in the world. I mean, I don't respect them, and you probably don't either if you're watching this video. But this is like one of the biggest outlets on the planet, and they have unironically put this as something to cover, as if it's serious. Dodgeball is a tool of oppression. Oppression because you've got to hit someone with a ball, and then I don't know if you humiliate them because of that. I remember playing dodgeball at school. I mean, it's not as prominent here in the UK, here in Scotland, as it is in the United States. I know dodgeball's like quite a bit of a big deal in the States in comparison to the UK. But I didn't feel like I was being oppressed. I mean, I didn't like getting hit by the ball when I was at school playing dodgeball. You know, in the same way you didn't like the opposition team scoring a goal if you were playing football. Or soccer, as the Americans call it. But my word, I came across Sargon's video. Let's get the part where he says it. It should record, if not...
lose their jobs.
Let's see.
Think they should probably lose their jobs.
Yeah. Sargon's saying that about the researchers. And he's totally 100% correct. What are these researchers doing? Is there not more important things for them to be looking at instead of fucking dodgeball? Oh my God. One of gym classes' most common games is being used as a tool of oppression, according to a team of Canadian researchers. Oh, I hope they actually name them. I hope Jacob, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. I know it looks easy. Bogag. I hope he cites who these people are. Who are these researchers? Was it Justin fucking Trudeau leading it? It would fucking surprise me. Dodgeball in physical education classes teaches students to dehumanize and harm their peers, professors from Free Canadian University said in a presentation this week at the Congress of the Humanities and Social Sciences in Vancouver. A paper on the subject is set to appear in the journal European Physical Education Review. Oh, God, I know, it's at every paragraph I need to pause to try and, let it sink in a bit further. When you're setting up the environment for students to learn, you introduce them that it's okay to slam the ball at whoever you like, even if it's a soft ball. The intention is there, Joy Butler said on a phone interview. You don't just do this whenever you like. You can only slam a ball at someone when you're playing. Why do I have to even explain this? What happened to the way of thinking formerly known as common sense? Do you think people are going to play dodgeball and think, I'm going to just throw sticks and stones at people? I'm going to just smash a ball in someone's face on the street? No! They're only doing it when they're playing dodgeball. The only other time they'll throw a ball at someone else, without warning, will be a snowball. And if they throw anything else, then they're stupid. When students think it's okay because they're being told it's okay to do that, what do they learn? People say that dodgeball has been used as an outlet for aggression or catharsis. I suspect that's where they're learning that. Well, better to let it out in a controlled environment instead of building it up where they could end up lashing out at someone even worse. Do you not think so? But they're being told that it's okay to do that. Who the hell says that dodgeball makes it okay to do that like outside of the game. I mean, you hit someone. The whole purpose of hitting someone is not to embarrass them; it's to score a point. And the whole idea of dodgeball, when someone's throwing the ball at you, is you've got to dodge it to stop them from scoring. I bet you never knew that. Yeah, I bet this is like arcane knowledge to these bloody researchers. They think it's just like fucking hell. Oh, it's like ISIS have fucking conquered a school and made them play dodgeball or something. I'll go back to this bit here. Physical education class should be an arena where teachers are helping students control their aggression and move on instead of expressing themselves through anger. Listen, do you think everyone playing dodgeball is angry? In fact, from what I remember, this might just be anecdotal, but from what I remember, everyone was laughing, laughing nervously. Oh shit, is he going to hit me with a ball? And then you having to dodge. If anything, it was a pretty happy-go-lucky environment. Now, I can't speak for whatever these researchers have been going at. Have they been looking at people screaming like Hulk every time they throw a ball or something? Researchers set out to interview middle school age students about broader questions in physical education courses, but kept hearing the same thing from certain students. They hated dodgeball. Full disclosure, I hated it too, but I just didn't enjoy the game. Well, I didn't hate it, I just didn't like it. I didn't have like any resentment to dodgeball or anyone that played it. I mean, it would surprise me. I bet some of them would be like, nah, I don't really like dodgeball. And then these researchers who have obviously got an agenda driving them have decided, let's put it as hated dodgeball so we can portray students at school as being oppressed. But even if they hate dodgeball, like say they hated dodgeball and they don't like getting hit by a ball, tough shit. Just get over it. What would you rather do? Get hit by a dodgeball or get hit by a bloody 44 a round from a 44 Magnum? Jesus Christ. The whole point of this is to, build character and it helps keep you fit, and it would help your reflexes as well. Interviewers dug deeper, asking students why, then plotted the answers against the political theorist Iris Marion Young's 5 Faces of Oppression. Oh, Jesus Christ. An article published in her 1990 book, Justice in the Politics of Difference. Young argues oppression's faces are exploitation, using other people's labours to benefit from oneself. Now, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see if I can try and interpret that. Now, how could you exploit someone in a game of dodgeball? You don't score any points, but your team wins, even though you were shit. So you're leeching off your teammates' good work. That's the only thing I can think of. Marginalisation. Relegating a group of lower standing to the edge of society. What the fuck does dodgeball have to do with society? It's just a bunch of kids playing a game in physical education or maybe in the playground. Some like it, some don't. No one's dying because of this. Do you think... is it like they're getting a grenade thrown at them or something? Then you'd maybe have a point. Maybe then they'd have, reasons to be scared and to be mentally scarred if people were throwing grenades at them. Jesus. Powerlessness. Those relegated have a lack of autonomy. In what way? And I was watching the Sargon of Akkad video, and he was like, everyone can throw the ball, unless you don't have arms. But then, if you didn't have arms, I don't think anyone would make you play dodgeball. I think even the most savage person wouldn't be cruel enough to do that. In what way? If someone keeps hitting you in dodgeball, if it's like the same person hitting people, maybe that person's very good at the game. Some people are better than others. That's life. And these, I don't want to assume that they're Marxist researchers, but they seem to don't like the idea of some people being better than others. Jesus Christ. Cultural imperialism, establishing the rules and customs of the ruling class as the norm. What the fuck does the ruling class of civilization have to do with fucking dodgeball? I need to, emphasize every time I say dodgeball, because that's what it is. And You go back to the start of the video. Remember, I put the little juggling clown at the start. I always put that at the start of something that's absolutely pathetic. Something that's clown world worthy. Violence. Members of a group of lone standing know that they might be subject to random, unprovoked attacks. Well, I think if you play dodgeball, I think you're pretty much aware the opposition team's going to hit you. The only thing that's random would be whoever the thrower decides. Like, you've got the line, they've got to stay on their side of the line. That's what I remember it from. And there's 3 people you can throw it at. Maybe that's where it comes to be random. But it happens within the auspices of a PE teacher who's, keeping the score and then deciding, right, time's up, game over, red team won, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, the kids know damn well that's it. And I'm pretty sure the teacher will, give a row to anyone that continues doing it after. There's another link here, Redskins. But anyway, let's go back on with the article. Those matched up with some of the underlying messages students communicated to researchers, Butler said. I think of a little girl who's running to avoid being targeted. What is she learning in that class? Avoidance? No, I assume that she's doing it to get fit. That's the idea of physical activity, physical education. If she's dodging the ball, the whole purpose is to stop the other team from scoring. And then when you throw it, you hit them to get a point. That's the whole bloody idea of the game. God. It's not some sort of social conditioning. Researchers observed the more athletic and authoritative students in the class establish rules and practices without input from other students. What, you mean actually being good at the game and actually doing better, including creating their own teams, allowing them to count up on other students? Well, when I used to play football at school, the good players who were all like friends with each other often put each other in one team and put all the shit players, which I was one of them, on the other team. That's just what kids do, but they didn't do it all the times, but occasionally they would just want to, have some stress relief and just absolutely annihilate the other team. But it's only natural for competitive players in any sport that involves teamwork to want to have good teammates. And who cares? If there's something else wrong with a child that ends up psychologically damaged by this, there's underlying issues. The message is that it's okay to hurt or dehumanize the other. No, it's not. The message is that you've got to try and win, you've got to try and avoid getting hit. Simple as that. Simple as that. Butler said the competition is about annihilating. What is this? God, it sounds like it's fucking war. What are you going to do? Get like a bloody sniper rifle and shoot them in the head? That's annihilation. You know what? Planting C4 in like a space where you like blow it up, like a bomb or something, that's annihilation. But this, hitting someone for a point in just a game, it's fun. Most of the kids will be laughing. If some of them are not happy, maybe they just don't enjoy it. That's fine. Not every kid enjoys it, but this isn't annihilation. God, that is like, that's making like a mountain out of a molehill here. Annihilating one's opponent. And the true definition of the competition is between 2 evenly matched teams. Well, kids start their teams and really enjoy beating the other team. What's the enjoyment of that? It's fun to win games. It's good to win a game after you lost the previous game, because that you've had the motivation to do that. There's nothing wrong there. There's nothing wrong with competitiveness. This will be the same sort of mentality coming from these quote unquote researchers, who should lose their jobs, by the way, because they've just wasted valuable time and money. The mentality for them would be that everyone should get a medal for taking part. That's not good. I heard that when I was at school, being a millennial, and it's not good for character development. Of course, it's not a good feeling to lose, but that's part of building character. And if you were to look at, say, Liverpool, who won the UEFA Champions League, they lost last season and they won this season, but that defeat really, really gave them the motivation and the spur, which made this victory all the sweeter. Honestly. But no, these are the sort of people that would probably have, like, you've got 11 aside in football, for there's one or two of you that don't know. And their idea would be that the score has to finish 11 all, and all 11 players, goalies included, have to score so that everyone's happy. It's absolutely stupid. I mean, don't be surprised if something like that happens. If the team that gets relegated ends up getting a participation award. Get relegated from the Barclays Premiership. I mean, you get a big cash payout, but that's a different topic altogether. You know, money in sports. Let's give them all medals just for taking part. Here's the brand new game. When Butler in a focus group asked the class to create a brand new game, the only requirements is that it involved a ball and 2 goals, and that the entire class had to form a consensus about the rules. The same group of students split off to develop a game without consulting peers. She said that showed the culture established by dodgeball spills into other activities and physical education. Well, children disagree a lot on things, and a lot of the times, if you know, I don't know much about kids nowadays because they're on their smartphones and indoors quite a lot. But when I was little, whoever brought the ball tended to play by the rules and would make the rules rather, not play by the rules, sorry, and would just be like making everything to benefit them. I did that as well. I was a little shit, just like the rest of them. That's troubling, she says, because many Canadian schools are making great strides to improve physical education classes. Admins are taking solid steps to reverse the trend of girls dropping out of PE classes. That's actually alright, but don't remove competitiveness for them to do that. More courses focus on health, wellness and fitness and not just sports. And that's okay, you've got things like gymnastics for that, and I don't know if schools nowadays have treadmills and other workout machines for the youth, but I know that sometimes in a gymnasium people from high school will go there for a visit. Gym classes are largely centred around games, she said, which can be great but can also exclude students with different strengths. Well, if there's maybe some games that some people don't do so well at, then maybe they can play another game. If one thing were to come out of this, it would be for PE teachers to look at their curriculums and look for balance, she says. What you're wanting isn't balance. It's just whatever the opposite of character building is, it's character weakening. And that could mean dropping games that include other activities, outdoor education, fitness, gymnastics, aquatics. And to Butler, it also means getting rid of dodgeball. If, say one person doesn't like getting hit by the ball, you shouldn't try and reshape the mentality of other kids. There's kids that love this, but this is clown world material. The Washington Post: democracy dies in darkness. Honestly, it's pretty ironic that they're coming up with that. But yeah, dodgeball, a tool of oppression. That's what it's come to. These researchers, and especially that woman, saying that dodgeball has to go. These people should not be doing research at all. These people, honestly, it's like, what could they have done? I mean, I don't know what they could have done that could have been more valuable than this, personally, off the top of my head. But surely they could have done something better than going after dodgeball. Most people who would play dodgeball after PE, most children who maybe join a team, would play, and they would do it out of fun. I mean, on this picture here, they're not laughing, but I remember it when I was in PE at school. It was fun. That was all it was. And I don't remember anyone's, as a result of playing dodgeball, deciding to just hit people with balls and other objects as a result. So no, if you're angry and you play a game of dodgeball and you manage to hit someone, or even if you just throw a ball with maximum force, that's going to be better for tempering your anger rather than just bottling it up and being depressed. Just making boys into defective girls and making girls not having to challenge any sort of semblance of danger, and that's all I'm going to call it, a semblance of danger. Anyway, so that's your clown news for the day from the Washington Post. There's plenty of other videos that can explain it better than I can, but let me know what you think in the comments if you watch this. What you think? Should we get rid of dodgeball to create a safe space in the gymnasium for children, or should we just continue to have fun? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.